Om Yogis, welcome to a yoga practice with the Dragonfly. We're going to start with a short meditation, visualization. So it's your choice whether you'd like to do this seated or lie down Shavasana. So choose either a comfortable seat or lie down on your mat. And just take a few moments just to get yourself settled, let yourself arrive. Feeling your breath moving your body. And dropping your mind into your heart. Imagining, if you will, that you are sitting or lying on the bank of a beautiful river on a hot summer's day. The plants around you are thriving in the rich, warm soil, and you can catch the smell of the wildflowers growing nearby. You hear the sounds of gently moving water, the gentle humming of insects, and the merry chatter of the birds. You feel very relaxed and very open to receiving the nature that is all around you. On a nearby bulrush, you spot a beautiful rainbow-coloured dragonfly. And you are mesmerised by the colours of this creature as he darts amongst the reed beds. His colour resonates out intensely and is constantly changing with every movement. The dragonfly communicates with you through a sort of telepathy. And it tells you that as you look upon him, you are really looking at yourself. And your awareness starts to shift internally now. You find yourself gazing inside your body and within your own field of energy, observing a rainbow spectrum resonating within you. As you breathe down, you feel the base of your spine and sense, see, or feel a deep, rich red colour. Breathing in, following your spine upwards, watching this red colour soften and lighten until in the bowl of your pelvis you sense, see or feel it has changed into a fragrant orange colour. And this orange colour fills the bowl of your pelvis, flooding upwards, and as it moves upwards, it lightens. And your awareness shifts deep into your core, the area of your tummy. And you see a glowing yellow, so bright that it is difficult to look into it. Continuing to breathe. As you breathe in, your attention moves upwards relaxing at your heart center. And within and around your heart, you feel an emerald green and a soft pink color and vibration. You settle for a moment here at your heart space. Before your awareness shifts again, bringing you to the neck and throat. And surrounding the throat is a sky blue hue that moves all the way up towards your ears. Your attention now lands upon your forehead as it washes with purple violets. And then moves up to the very top of your head, feeling a bright white light. As you breathe into that light, it becomes brighter and brighter. And as you breathe out, it filters all around you, surrounding you. Within this bright light, you notice a twinkling. And within the twinkling within the bright white light, you see every possible color imaginable, like the twinkling of water. You sparkle with color. You feel luminous, radiant, and relaxed as you linger upon the riverbank, as dreamy as a dragonfly. The dragonfly conveys a magical message to you. Life isn't what it appears to be. Now, without disturbing this dream too much, slowly, quietly, make your way into a child's pose and rest there. Stay where you are, or lift your head, bringing your arms into a sphinx shape. Remain on the riverbank with the dragonfly if that vision is still strong within you. Joining the sounds of nature, we can shift into some very gentle chanting of the Om. The Om, the sound of the Great Mother. Let yourself flow in and out of the Om like a river. Into and out of the Om, together we become a river of sound. Om. Beautiful. Let's come into a supported bridge now. So lie down on your back. Make sure you've got a block or something to support your hips with. Plant your feet on the floor and push into your feet to lift your hips, supporting your sacrum with the block. Bringing the block to the big triangular bone at the base of your spine, not onto your spine. Rest in this position. Allowing the vibration of all that color and chanting to settle inside of you. Knowing that this vibration moves within any areas of your internal ecosystem that might need motherly love and healing today. Let yourself relax here. If you'd like to stay with a visualization, relaxing on the riverbank, you can feel really welcome to. The vibration of motherly love moves through your system as you allow and release. Allow and release. Beautiful. And when you're ready, push into your feet, lift your hips off of the block. Move the block out of your way and gently roll down through your spine So your shoulders come down first, then your middle back, then your lower back, then your hips, and finally you can rock a little towards your tailbone, tilting your pelvis the other way, and come back to center, just relaxing here for a moment or two. Lovely, we're going to come into half saddle when you're ready. So bring yourself up to a comfortable seat and begin by creating a support for your back with blocks, a bolster and or blankets. And you're gonna lie back over this support, so depending on your flexibility it will need to be either higher or a little lower. If you know that you can do a half saddle without support, you can go on and get into it. But for most of us, we'll be sitting in front of a support, extending one leg and bending the other so that the leg is alongside the body. Now, if you're stiff in your knees, you might need to sit onto your bolster, blankets or blocks and just stay there, staying upright. Or perhaps you can recline back into the support that you've made if it feels okay for your body. Like I said, if you're flexible, you might not need so much support. If you're stiff, you might need to stay upright. But wherever you are, just find your place in nature, what is natural to your body today, and be happy there, just as you are. Just as you are. If it helps you to visualize the riverside, we can stay there. It's absolutely fine. Let yourself breathe, open, relax and receive. Let go. Let go. Inhale here when you're ready. And as you exhale, gently, slowly and quietly bring yourself back on up if you've been reclined backwards. And wherever you are, we're just going to swap the legs over. So just swap sides on the pose and then bring yourself back on in. So lay back, relax. Find your place. Where are you today? Where is closest to nature for you today? And settle there. Be happy just as you are. Just as you are. Beautiful. Let's inhale here. And exhale gently, gently now. Come on out of that. Move your support out of the way so that you can lie down on your belly. Setting yourself up for Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, but if your back is tight, take your elbows forward a little. As you do so, feel your lower abdomen lifting slightly. There's a slight contraction just above the pubic bone. And as you feel this contraction, you'll feel a sensation of your tailbone shifting towards your heels slightly. The dragonfly challenges rigid awareness or any rigid traits or tendencies that we might have. As the dragonfly reflects and refracts the light in a multitude of ways. So in Sphinx pose, you might close your eyes and imagine the iridescence of a dragonfly and the radiance of the color it illuminates outward. As dragonfly magic touches us, it reminds us to let go of how we are thinking about our lives, just for a moment. When we do this, a doorway opens up that can completely change our way of thinking. The light changes for a moment, and in that moment, so can we. So as dragonfly shifts light into color, we too can shift our perceptions out of rigidity and into transformation. So you might want to see if you can soften any rigid feelings, whether they are physical, emotional, or mental, as you hold this pose. You might want to let go for a moment of how, the way in which we think about our lives. So a doorway can open up that might change our way of thinking. So inhale here, lovelies. And as you exhale, slowly release the pose. Relax on your abdomen and draw one knee up towards you, turning your head to the same side as whichever knee you've drawn up. Just relax here for a moment. When you're ready, come out of that, back to your belly. Bring yourself back to Sphinx, or if you want a little more, you might want to take Seal. So your arms for Seal would come on a diagonal towards the corners of your mat, and you're just pressing up a little higher, feeling the tailbone scooping a little more towards the earth. From wherever you are, you might want to imagine that you are peering over the long grass to get a better look at the view. And as we shift our perspective, we often feel that we're going a little higher so we can see a bigger picture. Breathe into this now. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale here. Exhale, lower to your belly. In your own time, drawing the other knee now up towards you and turning your head the other way so the head comes towards the knee. Beautiful. In your own time, release that and gently, gently press yourself up to seated pose. So from a seated position, we're going to come into Gomukhasana legs with your left knee on top. If your knees are tight or this is too much, you have the option to straighten the right leg, still with the left leg on top. So you've either got both legs bent or the bottom leg straight. The left knee is on top. And in your own time now, we're just going to gently, gently take your time, twist to your left. Close your eyes as you do so, keeping your awareness inside yourself, feeling the sensations in the body, moving here and there like the dragonfly. As sensation lands in the body, it can be intense, so breathing into it counters rigidity and opens a doorway for transformation. Feel yourself fall into your inner awareness, becoming mesmerized by the dance of sensation and thought and emotion and feeling moving within you. Everything you can feel, soften around it so that it can move inside of you and transform. Let's inhale here. Exhale, just come out of the twist, keeping the legs as they are. As you inhale, get long through the body, and as you exhale, fold forward with your legs in Gomukhasana as they were. As you breathe, let go of inner rigidity. Give it over, give it up, so that it can't get you then. Let it go. Let go of rigid things. As we do this, we become like the dragonfly. We can change color, or our vibration, or our perspective, and we can transform. Let's inhale here. Exhale, slowly come out, slowly unravel your legs, lean back into your hands, and just let your knees fall left to right, windscreen wiper legs, just to release the pose, release the hips, release the energy. Let it move. Then when you're ready, we do exactly the same sequence. This time the right knee is on top. Remembering if it gets too much, you have the option to straighten the left leg. Once you find the position of your legs, it feels okay for your body, you can begin to slowly twist to your right. Closing your eyes, feeling yourself fall into your inner awareness, mesmerized by the dance of sensation, thought, energy, feeling within you. Use your breath to soften around it, releasing areas of tension in the body such as the hinge of the jaw, space behind the eyes. forehead, the tongue and the teeth. Let's inhale here. Exhale, gently coming out. Keeping the legs where they are, so coming out of the twist. We fold forward in your own time, so take an inhale, get long through the body, and exhale, fold over your Gomukhasana legs. Let go of any inner rigidity. Give it over. Give it up. Let go of the rigid things. As we let go, we can change color, vibration, perspective, and transform ourselves. Feeling the sensations within the pose, moving here and there like the dragonfly. As the sensation lands in the body, breathing into it counters rigidity and opens a doorway for transformation. Let's inhale here. Exhale slowly, come out of that. Unravel your legs, lean back into your hands and let your knees fall left to right. Windscreen wiper legs releases the pose. And sitting down, straighten out your legs in front of you. Move your buttocks behind you and start to gently fold forward. Propping the pose if you want to, or just holding here in the fold. Just take a moment to reflect upon where you might be holding rigidity within you. What might you let go of today? What closed thing could be opened up and transformed into a doorway to somewhere different? Let's inhale here and exhale, gently come on out. Now shift yourself to the top of your mat, lovelies. Just shuffle forward. We're going to come into plow pose next. So we're going to bring the legs up and over the body. So we're doing a forward fold effectively, but upside down. If this feels like it's too much for you today, you can just lay on your back and bring your legs into the air, and that would be absolutely fine. You can use a strap to hold them there or just your arms. So we're either legs up or legs up and over in plow. If your feet touch the floor, you can feel really welcome to extend the arms, but if your feet are sort of hovering away from the floor, please keep supporting your back. And let's just breathe here once you find your position. Working with the dragonfly today. The dragonfly touches us and reminds us to let go of how we are thinking about our lives, even for a moment. Knowing when we do this, a doorway opens up so that we can change our way of thinking. The light changes for a moment, and so can we. Just as we turn the fold upside down, we can shift the perception of our thoughts. We can turn them around. Remembering that truly we do not see the world as it is. Rather, we see the world as we are. So when our perception changes, everything can shift, everything can change. The sky's the limit. Beautiful, let's inhale here. As you exhale, bring your hands to the floor and use your hands as brakes, engaging your abdomen and your pelvic floor muscles so you can slowly lower your legs to the ground. Slowly, slowly, without any jolting, gracefully landing. If your legs were up in the air, you can do the same, bring them down now. And we all meet sitting upright, planting the hands and feet on the mat, just lifting the hips for tabletop pose to counter the plow and forward fold work that we just did. And you can lift and lower your hips a few times if that feels good in your body. And gently bring yourself to a comfortable seat. Shifting yourself forward, let's come into downward facing dog for a moment, stretching out. From downward facing dog, let's drop to one knee. And bring the other leg forward for a low lunge here. You can keep your hands to your mat, you can bring your hands to your front knee, or you can alternate between the two as we hold the pose. Dropping your hips. Lifting your heart, lifting your gaze, imagine that you're on that riverbank again and you're peering over the long grass to get a better look at the view. As we shift perspective, we often have to get a little higher so we can see a bigger picture, and this is a part of Dragonfly magic. Any areas in your body where you might find rigidity, bring breath to it, to those areas. Flood those areas with a ton of breath. And watch the sensation move like a dragonfly. Watch them shift and change as you send the light of your awareness, your prana, your breath to them, changing color all of the time. You can stay here, or you can shift the pose down onto your elbows. You can prop yourself with blocks. Feeling the sensations in the body, moving here and there like the dragonfly. As sensation lands in your body and you notice it, breathing into it counters rigidity and opens a doorway for transformation. We're not so locked down on it. Let yourself fall into your inner awareness. Become mesmerized by the dance of sensation, feeling, thought, and emotion moving within you. But soften around it all, so that it too can move and transform. No rigidity. Let your breath be fluid, open and free. From here, bring yourself up off of your elbows and shift the weight back so you come into half Hanumanasana. In this pose, the bent leg, what was bent, straightens in front of you, and the back leg that was straight bends so you can sit back with your hips towards your heel, or even all the way to the floor if that's good for your body. And you're folding over the straight leg. Shifting the shape, shifting the perspective, shifting the sensation, shifting our perspective, shifting our reality. You can stay here, or if this is good for your body and you'd like to come into a splits position, you can wiggle your front leg forward and your back leg back incrementally until you come near enough into splits. You might want to support this with a block underneath the buttock of your front hip. You might want to go nowhere near it, and that is your prerogative. Dragonfly magic touches us and reminds us to let go of how we are thinking about ourselves and our lives, even for a minute. When we do this, a doorway opens up that can completely change our way of thinking about ourselves and our lives. As the doorway opens up and the light comes in for a moment, everything changes, especially us. And this is the message of the dragonfly. Life isn't what it appears to be. Sometimes we become rigid and we lock it down, and we need to let that go and see what else there is. If you're in splits, you can start to wiggle your way out of that. And all of us can come back now to downward facing dog to counter that dragon sequence, dragon split sequence. Stretch it out in downward facing dog. Now remembering what leg you were working on, drop the other knee and bring the other leg forward. So just doing the same thing to the other side, so low lunge on the second side. You're on the riverbank, you're peering over the long grass. You're shifting your perspective, getting a little higher so you can see a little more. And you can alternate your hands, you can bring them to the mat, to your front leg, stretch them up above you if you like, as you hold the pose here. It's your choice entirely, but if you want to, you can start to lower the pose onto your elbows, or you can stay where you are, feeling sensation in the body, moving here and there like the dragonfly. As sensation lands in the body, breathing into it counters rigidity and opens a doorway for transformation. So feel yourself falling into inner awareness, becoming mesmerized by the dance of sensation moving within you, softening around that, opening up to it so that sensation can move inside of you and transform you. When you're ready, let's transform the shape now. Straightening the bent leg, bending the straight leg, sitting back to your back heel or to the floor behind you for half Hanumanasana. Folding your body over your straight leg. From here, if you want a little more, you can wiggle yourself into splits. supporting the pose with a block under the buttock of the front hip. Life isn't what it appears to be. Let go of how we think about our lives, how we think about ourselves, and everything can transform. This is the message of the dragonfly. When you're ready, coming out of splits by just dragging the front foot back towards you, coming up from half Hanumanasana if that's where you are, everyone pressing back together, downward facing dog, to counter that dragon sequence. Shape-shifting, changing reality. From your downward facing dog, in your own time, let's come to the mat and lie down. And once you get there, bring one knee in towards your chest and just twist that leg over the body. So you're coming into a reclined twist here with one knee up. The other leg is straight. And it's like you've lifted the bent leg and you're twisting kind of the other way with it. So it's coming across the body. The body isn't coming across the leg. And relax here, relax, relax, relax. Back on the riverbank. Closing your eyes, imagining that you're sitting or lying on the bank of a beautiful river on a hot summer's day. Feeling the plants alive and vibrant, catching the smell of the wildflowers, hearing the sounds of gently moving water, the humming of the insects, the chatter of the birds. Just let yourself be open to receiving. Open to receiving now the nature all around you, including your own nature. Including yourself. So let yourself land now like the dragonfly and relax. Let's inhale here and exhale. Slowly bring yourself back to center. Hug both knees to your chest and just circle your knees for a moment. And then when you're ready, we're going to repeat that twist on the second side. So hug the other knee in and just let it fall across the body. Relaxing here, landing on the bank of the river. Bringing yourself into this attitude of Shavasana now, this attitude of releasing, relaxing, letting go. Letting go of any inner rigidity with the help of the dragonfly. Give it over, give it up. Let go of rigid things. So then we can change color, vibration, perspective, and transform. And this is what the dragonfly teaches us. Change position. See how the light hits us. See how different we are. How vibrant we can be. Inhale here, exhale, gently come on out of that. And as quietly, as peacefully as you can, bring yourself into Shavasana. Make sure you'll be warm enough for the next 10 minutes or so. And we meet lying down on the mat. Lie on your back, lie on the riverside. Lie on the soft grass with the sun on your face and the water babbling next to you. Relax, relax, relax. At this point in Shavasana, we completely let go. We let go of any inner rigidity, any places inside of us where we might have shut up the shop, locked ourselves down. Let it go, give it over, and give it up. Give up those rigid perspectives and perceptions, because life is never what it appears to be. And this is the teaching of the dragonfly. When we let go of rigid things, we can change color, vibration, perspective, and we can truly transform. So opening up yourself up to new perspectives and new possibilities with the magic of the dragonfly. Let yourself rest on the riverbank. Feel yourself opening to change. Relax, relax, relax. Slowly begin to deepen your breath, wriggling your fingers and toes, and taking whatever stretch the body needs. Quietly and peacefully roll to one side and just rest here, as dreamy as a dragonfly resting on the riverbank. Feel yourself full of a multitude of colour, every possible colour imaginable, every potential inside of you. Bring it all back with you as you come to a comfortable seat. Looking inside your body and field of energy, observe a rainbow spectrum resonating within you now. You feel luminous, radiant, and relaxed as the dragonfly conveys a magical message to you. You are not what you appear to be, and life isn't what it appears to be. Shift your perspective, shift your perception, change your reality. Namaste.